Eagles Nation, stand up and welcome to Bird's Eye View from one fan to another. I'm your host and fellow fan, Clay Rowland. Let's get this thing popping. Eagles 23, Giants 17. That's right, our boys won in overtime at a soggy, wet Lincoln Financial Field. But this game was defined by, this is a game of two halves. The first half was horrible. But thank God there's halftime in the second half, able to adjust in the second half. We did our thing offensively and defensively. All right? So let me start where I always start, with my offense. Let's be honest. The first half, the offense sucked. The offense, again, all year long has been the same thing. Slow starts. 3 first half points. That was it. Carson was off target. The running backs did okay here and there, but not enough push up front. They were shutting things down. The Giants defense was shutting our offense down. We were really shooting ourselves in the foot. Carson had no command of the offense. They looked real sluggish and looked like real uninterested, even to be there. And they look bad, let's be honest. They look horrible. That first half was horrible. 3 first half points, really, against a 2-10 team? Come on, shouldn't happen. But thank God for halftime. Doug adjusted. Mike Groh, Deuce Staley. Last week I was hard on those 3 because I thought that we didn't run the ball enough against one of the worst run defense teams in the league. And I thought sometime when a team is weak in a certain area, and the offense, you must exploit it. That's what football is about, exploiting another team's weakness. And I thought that we didn't do that last week, and I got pretty upset about it. And it is what it is. But anyway, Doug was able to adjust. Him and his coaching staff able to adjust. And they were able, in the second half, man, Carson looked good, hitting his targets. Everything was good. Zach Ertz, played well because Zach Ertz had to step up. Let's be honest. A lot of people make excuses when their team loses, but our boys won tonight. But here's an excuse I have. We don't have our receivers. The only starter we had was Alshon Jeffrey, and he left in the first half with a foot injury. So we had J.J. Whiteside and Greg Ward, who's a quarterback converted to wide receiver. So we don't have NFL top caliber NFL receivers right now, and for Carson made that work. See, that's a leader. See, we know Carson has a physical capability to be an NFL quarterback. He can play in this league. He has every tool that you need to be a good NFL quarterback. But I need my quarterback to be a leader. Today, Carson showed he can lead. They rallied around him. He had command. Second half had complete command of the offense. He was hitting his targets, and he moved that team downfield, and was able to score 20 unanswered points, which was beautiful. Hello, Boston Scott. Welcome. You're on the practice squad, then you're not on the practice, then you're on the 53-man roster, then back on the practice squad. But thank God you played today, because young man, you played one heck of a ball game. Let me tell you, you had Darren Sproles' playbook. The plays for Darren Sproles they gave them to you. You executed them to perfection. The screen passes. That's what with Doug and Mike Groh and Deuce. That's where they adjusted. We start getting screen passes. We start getting Boston into space, because of course it's not Darren Sproles. There's not another Darren Sproles, but he was Darren Sproles-like, which he could use the same plays, and he was able to get into space and get the big line in front of him and start creating plays, because he was the spark for the offense. Let's be honest. It was Boston Scott. He sparked this offense, and everybody steamrolled right behind him. So. Boston Scott did a great job. So I thought the offense played well. I thought Zach Ertz, man, Zach, you stepped up big time. We need you to step up. That's what you get paid for. You know, no wide receivers. I needed my tight end. I needed my all-pro, arguably the best tight end in the game, to step up and play big, and you played huge. So that's what I need from the leaders. Like Doug Peterson said, I need my big-time players to play big time. And that's what they did in the second half. So hats off to Doug Peterson, the coaching staff, and Carson Wentz and that whole offense. I thought you did an incredible job today. Limited of the talents, particularly on the outside. All right? So let's flip it and let's get to the other side. Let's get to my defense. Same thing. Defense had a horrible first half. Let's be honest. Darby got beat like a drum. Beat like a drum. Now, the casual fan don't understand, sometimes there's miscommunication out there between the safeties and the corners because they're constantly communicating on coverages and whatever. And sometimes miscommunication, but all we see as a fan, that player gets beat, and then you get, oh, he's garbage, he's trash. But sometimes in that corner, it's communication's key out there. And sometimes the miscommunication. Yes, Darby got beat, and I think sometimes, I think as fans, especially casual fans, they don't see the miscommunication, see a player got beat. But he was able, like I said, that was first half. Second half, he came out, he played well. Let's be honest, the entire defense played well the second half. They shut the Giants out the second half. They did not cross the last white line once in the second half. And that's kudos to Jim Schwartz. I take my hat off to you. Way to adjust. And the whole defense, you played extremely well. That's how you shut a team out. 0 points. Everybody played well in the second half, including you, Darby. You played well in the second half. Entire defense played well. I thought you have to realize that the Giants had something to prove. Eli had something to prove. Eli has been a good quarterback in the league for a long time. And my fear going to this game that he would have something and say, I got to show everybody, and I know what over the years Eli was capable of. In the first half, he showed it. Let's be honest. He stood in the pocket, stood tall, and delivered strikes. But Jim Schwartz and defense were able to adjust at halftime and shut all that out. 0 points in the second half. So I was glad to see that. All right? So, this is real quick. This is going to be a quick one. It's a big win. So, where do we go? My offensive player of the game. My offensive player of the game is none other than number 35, Boston Scott. He was the spark that sparked this offense. He was the spark plug that sparked this offense. And everybody steamrolled right behind him. We were able to get him. He ignited. He started the momentum. 35. Boston Scott, good job. My offensive player of the game. My defensive player of the game, this was a team defensive effort. Let's be honest. Jim Schwartz adjusted, and when you shut a team out, second half only I'm talking about, when you shut a team out, that is a team effort. Everyone is doing the job. Everyone did their job defensively in the second half, including Darby. As much as people want to get on him, he had a good second half. Sidney Jones, what a breakup on that third down. I mean, you were buried on the depth chart, but you came in and had a key breakup and able to make the punt. We were able to go down and do what we had to do, tie that game up, and overtime win. It was beautiful. All right? So my defensive player of the game, players, is the entire defense, along with the defense coordinator, Jim Schwartz. My special team player of the game is Cameron Johnston again. He continues to punt the ball well. This guy, like I always said, I believe he's the best punter in the league. Yeah, I mean, he gets the ball out. I think one punt tonight was like 60-something yards, something like that, whatever it was. The guy can punt the ball. So that's what we have. Offensive player of the game, Boston Scott. Defensive player of the game, Jim Schwartz, entire defense. Special team player is Cameron Johnston, the punter. All right, so what's up next? Next week, next Sunday, 1 o'clock on Fox. We got the Redskins, the lowly Redskins. They'll probably start Dwayne Haskins. They will start Dwayne Haskins at quarterback. Well, the NFL, young man, this ain't Ohio State. You played against some real talent, and I think we should secure this win. But it's a win we have, to keep pace and hopefully, pass the Cowboys and to get there, because there's only be one spot coming out to NFC East for that. This is going to be a division winner, so we have to win out. Bottom line, and it starts with Redskins. We have a 3-game season now. Our season down to 3 games, so we start with the Redskins next Sunday on Fox. The game is in D.C. So, tune in and check it out, because it's always EAGLES all day. Anything you agree with or disagree with, hit me on my Twitter at Me and My Eagles. We can do this on Twitter. If you got my number, text me and everything. And before I even get off anything, I'm going to address the haters. During the game, I got a lot of hate messages, text messages, and I don't mind the hate messages, text messages that much, because I know it's most people's DNA that they're haters. But I don't get the same amount of texts when the Eagles are winning or they're ahead. You can text me too when they're winning. I accept those text messages too. But I guess it's not in your DNA. One guy texted me. He said, wouldn't it be funny if the Redskins won the NFC East? I had to let it know that the Redskins were eliminated for contention yesterday when they played Green Bay, when they lost to Green Bay. But that's hate, because you hate so much, you forego the knowledge of the game, and you throw your hate out there, and you come back wrong. But it is what it is. Hold up, I'm not done. Another guy texted me. My basement is called Eagles Nest West. He texted me a little funny thing with Bart Simpson laying Eagles Nest West, trying to clown me. That's cool. See, like I said, I'm tough skinned. I got tough skin. But please text me when they're winning. Say, good, man, the Eagles were good, but they can't do that. Because, see, hater DNA doesn't allow them to congratulate you when your team does well. They just ready to text. They probably pulled a muscle in their thumb. Another person texted me. So I think they should take Carson out. What? Carson's all right. He should stay in. Of course, they didn't take him out. I quickly text back and said I disagree, and of course, I was right. And we secured this win largely because of Carson Wentz, because of his leadership. So real quick, I just want to address that, have a little fun. I do everything in fun. I take nothing personally, take nothing serious. But I love my Eagles. Of course, everyone knows. I've missed a game since 1985. I don't plan on missing any. I take my Eagles real serious. I guess a lot of people try to get under my skin, but that don't bother me. I just laugh them off. I really laugh tonight, because the one who laughs last laughs the best, and I'm laughing at all you haters, and that means you, and especially you. Hey, it's always EAGLES all day. Next week, the Redskins. Anything you agree with, disagree with, hit me on my Twitter at Me and My Eagles. And subscribe to my channel, all right? Let's keep this thing going. Hey, everybody have a safe one. I'll see you next week in D.C. Peace.